Medical Go Bag program is a new program to Vermont. The Vermont Department of Health made the documents that I just gave you, and they've partnered with researchers and some medical professionals to put together the most comprehensive information that you might want to have in your medical go bag. And they made a little video that kind of explains the importance of the medical go bag and gives you a scenario to give you some context. So I'll go ahead and play that.
Mom, I'm here. Mom? Hello? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Mom. All right, just stay right there. Stay right there. I'm gonna call 911. We'll get you to the hospital. Hi, yeah, my mom fell. She cannot get up. We gotta get her to the hospital. Yeah, 32 Mockingbird Lane. Mom, where's your keys and your ID? Yeah, we'll stay right here. Yeah, your ID, your insurance. The dog. What are we gonna do with the dog?
That was a lot. If you've ever been in that situation, you know how overwhelming it can be. Whether it's your family member, a neighbor, a loved one, nobody wants to experience that. We're gonna talk about medical go bags. Matt, what's a medical go bag?
Medical go bag is everything you need all in one place for that quick visit to the hospital. So there are 3 simple categories to think about when you're preparing an emergency medical go bag. First, think documents. These help medical teams care for you more quickly.
And second, comfort items. Hospitals can be unpredictable. You wanna make sure you pack the basics.
Finally, the extras. You want to pack all those things that if you were to wake up in the hospital and say, geez, I really wish I had this, you want that in your bag.
You know, this sounds like one of those bags you would prepare to go to the hospital when you're giving birth.
That's exactly right. Basically what this is you are preparing, you're planning ahead of time so you can have something that's going to provide you a little bit of control and comfort in a situation that's very scary and uncomfortable.
If you're interested in this program, please click the link here to access the documents to have everything you need to stay prepared and stay safe.
Mom, I'm here. Mom? Oh, no, you fell again? All right, just stay right there. I'm gonna call 911 and we've got everything all ready to go.
The first page I included is this. This is our general flyer for the program. If you scan this QR code, it takes you to our emergency preparedness website where it will drop you down to the Medical Go Bag project. I'm so sorry, it's a little hard to see. But it has a little blurb about the program, and then the video is linked as well as some of the documents that you have in your hand already, if you wanted to print more. So there's that. Okay. And now I'm thinking I will take you through the documents first, and then I will get into my example go bag of things I thought of that I might want, and to give you some ideas. Unfortunately, I don't have go bags, actual physical bags to give you yet. Hopefully, further on in the program, that'll be something that we could do. But we recommend something noticeable, and so if you saw in the video, it was a bright red bag that EMS could easily identify. If you don't have something like that, we have these tags that you can print out and that are also in your packets to help identify a bit easier that this is a medical go bag. So the first document in here is just the checklist. So this is just to give you a general idea of things you might want to put in there. This is not, we're not saying you have to have all of these things. This is just what would be overarching to make sure someone can know your conditions, your needs, your medical history, and things to make you comfortable if you did go to the hospital. So we have printable bag loops, like I said. You would just print this out, cut these strips, and then just staple them somehow to the bag. And then you could label it as well for who it belongs to. Not the best system yet, but we'll get there. The next, well, first of all, any questions so far? Yes. We would recommend leaving it by your front door or whatever entrance you majority would use, and keep it in an obvious place. I would say in particular if you are more at risk for going to the emergency room or just needing medical attention. We at the health department are trying to contact all EMS services and let them know that this is now a program and that they can look out, or that they should look out for someone's medical go bag. I think that'll just take time for people to recognize what they are. But yes, keeping it visible is very important. So if you're incapacitated for some reason, they can grab it. The next form is a pretty general medical history form. If you already have some of these filled out and you don't want to redo it, you can just print those out and put it in the go bag as well. But if you just want to start from scratch, it has just general information, emergency contacts. This is where you would write out some insurance information or putting in a copy. Personal history, so you can check off some common ailments if they apply to you, and then putting in your medications. This is particularly important. The name, dosage, frequency, the purpose of the medication, and then any extra notes. The idea is if a stranger saw this document, they would have a pretty comprehensive view of your medical history. So don't assume anything that someone would know a piece of information about you. This is a 2-pager. It also has some dietary restrictions and dietary preferences and allergies. Also family history. That's important to fill out if you do know it. Sometimes you're at higher risk for certain diseases and conditions based on your family history. If you have a primary care provider, their name, address, phone number as well. And then name of your pharmacy too. And a lot of this information you might be able to, again, just recall if you're conscious, of course. But it also just takes some of that brain work away for you when you're in this crisis situation. Just so you don't have to think about it, you're not going to make mistakes. It's there on the paperwork. And then there's a full blank page too if you just want to put any other general information that might not have been documented previously. Anything can go on this page. Lastly, if you have any pets, we have a page included for that as well. Of course, if especially you live alone and you have a pet and you go to the hospital and you're going to be there for an unknown amount of time, could be hours, could be days, we want to make sure that your pet is taken care of. So this information would let whoever's reading know who the pet is, name. Hopefully you can put a picture on there, what their food routine is, bathroom routines, any additional info or medications that need administering. And then hopefully either a family member, a friend, or someone that the hospital can get in touch with, or wherever you are, can go and take care of the pet while you're getting treatment. Okay, I think that's it for the documents. Yeah. Go back to the first page. Any questions on the documents before I dive into some fun stuff? And if you do have any other questions, please feel free to just call our office and we'll explain more. So I made this example medical go bag from from things that I thought would be beneficial. I do have some chronic illnesses, and so I put some examples of things in here that I might want if I wound up in the emergency room somehow. So yeah, we can go kind of just down the list. Medical documents, so the things that we have in there, of course, hopefully fit in here. Copy of identification. Again, this can be done here at the library as well. I'm assuming you guys have printers and copy. Yeah. Just photocopies, front and back would be best. Again, health insurance card, copy of, again, advance directive or power of attorney, but original DNR, if you have one. And then the pet care info, if you have a pet. So comfort items, I have things in here, like an extra pair of compression socks. That way, keep your feet warm. Also helps with some conditions. Actually, before I go any further too, I should say, I wouldn't put anything in here that you need on a daily basis, like the exact items. These should all be redundant items. So not your one wallet. Have copies and redundancy items in here so you can just store this away for when the day comes that you need it. So yeah, pair of socks. I have some tea bags. I love tea, and it's very calming, so I want to make sure I have some of those when I'm at the worst part in my life. I brought a pad and pen in here somewhere. It's shoved down there somewhere. It still works. Yeah, that's a great point too. I would say once or twice a year doing an audit of your go bag to make sure that everything in there is still relevant, especially if you change medications, or also after, if you do have an emergency, reevaluating, okay, how did my go bag serve me, and is there anything I need to change? So moving forward with comfort 2, gum, if I was a gum chewer for any reason. Earbuds or headphones. Again, we're thinking we could be there for days at a time. So we want to make sure that we're not going to be bored. We have some entertainment and things that make us happy. And extra scrunchie for my long hair. Things that the hospital might have, but they might not, and especially when we have our own comfort items and things that we know are going to make us feel the safest and the most comfortable. I forgot my real glasses case at home, so this is my sunglass case. But if you have an extra pair of glasses, or if you wear contacts, I would really recommend either putting a glasses prescription in the go bag. Most of the time, if you do wear contacts, they ask you to take them out for procedures and things like that. So you would like to be able to see. So if you have an extra pair, I would put one in there. I have crossword, because I love physical puzzles. Again, where the pen would come in handy. The bookstores. Okay. And most bookstores have them. Yeah. Yes, I like these New York Times ones. Yeah. I've been able to find these at any major bookstore and some independent bookstores as well. But of course, online, you can buy anything online nowadays. Yeah. I like to look at them. I know, so you can see if you would like it exactly. And along the same vein, a book I would recommend, or if you have like an extra iPod or extra old phone or something and you want to download maybe some music or audiobooks, movies, things like that, putting that in there as well.
Maybe you should also take a plug to recharge things.
Yes, exactly. That is definitely an essential. Because I came from work, I don't have my chargers with me, but yes, putting in an extra phone charger is definitely essential. Let's say that is something you already have. If you're able to, putting in a spare set of keys to your home. So again, especially like if you have a pet or plants or any maintenance in your home that needs to be done, somebody else can go and do that for you. So having an extra house key would be very important. And then of course too, writing out those plans and whatever documents you put in there that you would like somebody to do in the event that you cannot. If you get cold, some hand warmers also, or mitts, extra socks, things like that, because hospitals can be freezing. And then hand cream, chapstick, cosmetic things that would make you feel more comfortable, floss, or toothbrush, which I have if you all want to take a clean one home to put in a go bag. Again, just in case the hospital doesn't have one and you want to use your own. Let's see, what else we got in here? I also put in a mask just as an example if you do have underlying conditions. Obviously, a hospital is going to have masks, but some people prefer a certain type of fit, comfort. Throwing in an extra one could be a good idea. I put in some nice handkerchiefs. Make it feel a little bit nicer and like home when you're in a very strange place. And then the last few things I have in here, there's my pen, would be much more important than these other things. I would say if you're able to, put in a couple of extra doses of your medication. Again, in a just-in-case situation. So in here, I have Tylenol, motion sickness, medication, and I would just put in there whatever normal medications you take. Yeah. And updated periodically too, exactly. And I don't have more on me today. I wish I did, but these little things exist, which I think would be a good purchase. They're called Curavax pill pouches, and you can write on here how many times, what the medication is, of course, how many times a day, at what time, and any other like important information. These are meant to be like daily doses or hourly doses or however frequently you take. That way you don't have to put your whole bottle, a whole extra bottle in here of something. You can just have a couple ready to go. Yeah.
I found I could get those at the CVS.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I actually used them to put seeds in.
Oh.
I still have more.
Yeah, good. Yeah. I think all pharmacies now would sell them. I've seen people use them even just for their daily medication to help dose it out. So yeah, use them however would be useful for you. For me, I have chronic pain, having extra pain medication. Again, obviously the hospital should have it, but just in case. Sorry, that went away. Also, thank you. I should mention, these are not just for older adults. I think the point of this program is to make sure that everyone has a medical go bag, no matter what age, whatever type of medication you're on, especially if like a child has asthma or teenager. We want to make sure that no matter where they are, they have access to comfort items, their medications, and to make sure that hospital staff know important information. So, like, I also, in addition to like adult toothbrushes, I also have like kids' toothbrushes, and you could put tiny little toothpaste tubes or mouthwash things that are just going to make you comfortable. Any questions? Or other ideas that I might have missed? Also, maybe too, like a safe container for jewelry, like wedding rings, maybe, things like that. Those can get, yeah. Yes, my grandma did have to cut hers off at the hospital. But yeah, like I was in the hospital last weekend and they just gave me a little like denture cup for my nice jewelry. That could have been very easily lost. So a place to store some valuables if that's really important to you. Oh, that's another great thing. Also, stuffing some cash in here so you have a little money if you are able to go to the gift shop and buy a book if you need to or something. Slippers, too, were a recommendation on there. Any, something to keep you warm, too. But it's hard because we also are recommending that the bag be no larger than a backpack. We don't want any bag or mass to obstruct any walkways, get in the way of the doctors or nurses. And it needs to be portable. It needs to be something that like someone can carry or you can carry yourself. So it could definitely be larger than this, but I would say no larger than like a decent sized backpack. But anything that can fit in there. I will say too, I have these sun and heat safety kits, if you would like to have one. They include a chapstick, which is something that you could like put in there. It's an SPF one. Some sunscreen, if that's important to you as well, while you're away from home, and make sure you always want to have one. UV bracelet, and then it also has some information on heat safety, which can prevent, hopefully, a trip to the hospital. We're having a lot of heat-related illnesses this year. It's been a very hot year. And then there's also a map of cooling centers in our district. Again, this is a part which I bet this is probably one of them. Yeah. Yeah, and just some general like sun and heat safety information and information on melanoma. So again, all prevention stuff, and any of these goodies can obviously go in a go bag as well. Would anyone like one? Yeah. And these bags are waterproof as well, so please feel free to reuse them. Yes. Would you like one, sir? Okay.
I didn't want to take one until they were so.
No. Yeah, of course. Hopefully they're helpful. And yeah, any last questions before I wrap up? Well, perfect. I think that's it for me. Thank you so much for listening and participating. Thank you.